Okay, good morning, everyone. I apologize for getting disconnected. So just to have a recap of what I asked you a while ago, I requested you to open your RStudio file, and I asked you what you see when you open your RStudio file. And I got two different answers. One answer is that when you open your RStudio, you have a new file, but the others said that when you open your RStudio, you open actually the latest file that you were the previous file that you were working on. Okay, so you have two instances here of opening an RStudio. Okay, sorry, my screen is not shared. Okay, now let me tell you, in my case, what happens when I open my RStudio. Okay, if I open my RStudio, take note that I had a class before this class, and I was also using RStudio. So when I open my RStudio now, you will see that it opens to a new file. Okay. So it just tells me here that there's a uh, newer RStudio version, but I have already installed that. I'm not using that now because I'm working on a project where the packages that I'm using has not yet been updated. So just remind me later. Okay, so notice that I'm led to a new file, new RMD. Now, the reason for the difference in the opening is because of the default setting. So kindly go to Tools, Global Options, okay? And then here you can see under General, you can see here that what's the difference between my default and your default, especially for those of you who, when you open your RStudio, if you open the file you were using previously. What's the difference? Okay, both are checked. Thank you, Mary. All right, thank you, Colin. Now, in Colin's case, both are checked, so that if this is the default setting, every time you open your RStudio, it will automatically open the last file you were working on. So that's okay, class. That's okay. There's no problem with that. If that's what you want. Okay. In my case, I want that when I open RStudio, I open a new instance of R. So it depends on what your preference is. Okay. So for me, I want to open a new instance of R. So I'll uncheck this, and then I'll click OK. Okay. So but since that has been my default, I do not need to click OK anymore. So you may want to try, if you unclick it, okay, and then close your document, okay, then you try to open your R again, it will generate a new instance of R. Okay, so just be aware of that. So depending on your preference, or depending on whether for a particular, let's say for a particular project, you automatically want to open it to the file that you were working on previously, then you can set that. But if you want, at some point in time, you want it to open to a new R file, then you can unclick that. Anyway, that's flexible. All right, so that's the reason why we're having different results when you open your R. Now, when I opened my R, you notice that, of course, there are the four window panes are there, and my default appearance, the Cobalt, okay, console is on the upper right, environment is on the lower right. Now, what I want to discuss now is, okay, first, let's uh, let's have an example of what I mentioned to you last meeting about the importance of using an R project. So every time you make use of R, it's imperative that you organize your files, organize your, whether it's an R script or RMD or Quarto document, you organize it in such a way that your topics are, your files are arranged per project. So today we're going to learn how to open a project, and that's how we will deal with our subject. So we can open one project, and under that project will be several folders, subfolders, which will be the topics that we will be working on in this subject. Okay. So how do you open an R project? You open an R project, either go here to File, File, and then New Project. Okay, you can click this. If you click this, it will generate this project wizard, create a project. Okay, or you can just go here straight. Here, you can find here the icon for our project, that cube with R, and then plus. So that means create a project, and this is the faster way to go about it. Just click this, and it will go here to the new project wizard. Okay. So far, class, are you able to follow? Clear naman so far, class? Kindly, okay, thank you. Yeah, I would appreciate immediate feedback from you. Okay, good. So please recall that it's important to use R by using projects. It really makes your work in R easy and very efficient. So I'm going to click this new project. Sorry, new directory, and then new directory. Okay, or you can create, if you have already an existing directory. I can go here, for example, here. Okay, and then project working directory. I can browse it where I have that, and then open a new project. Okay, but let me just use this here. New directory, class, new directory, and then new project. And then I'm going to use the name of the subject, FINLYTS K33. You can name it any way you want. I'll just put here term 2, AY 2023 to 2024. 24. You can name it any way you want, class. All right, and then create projects as a subdirectory of. You can browse, class. You can browse. In my case, okay, I'm putting it here. The FM. All right, I'm putting it here in this folder. Okay, so it's here in this folder, and then I'm going to open it. Okay, or it's the same as this one. It's the same as this one. In my case, it's in C, users, admin, desktop. It's in my desktop, and then this is the folder, class. Now, it defaulted into this one because I used this in the previous subject. But you can just go here, browse, and then choose the folder where you want to put it, which means that you should have created a folder. Okay, I identify this folder. I click here, and then it will create the R project here. Okay, and the name of the project is FINLYTS K33. Okay, so I open this. All right, so this is the directory name. This is where I'm going to put it. And then I click here, open a new session. And then before I click this, okay, before I click create project, notice that the R Studio that I opened a while ago, okay, this is not in a project. How do I know? Here it says R project none. Okay, which means that this file is not inside a particular project. Okay, here it just says RStudio, here, project, none. So in the process of creating a project, and then I click here, open a new session, and then create project. Okay, let's see what happens. I hope you're able to follow along. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask questions. We encourage you asking questions because everybody benefits from that. All right. Okay, remind later. Okay, what happened, class? And in your case, what happened? So let me show the 4 window panes. Let me just, this one is still R4.2.2. I already have installed R4.3, and I'm not going to use that now. Let me clean this. All right, what do you notice, class, about what happened to, because I clicked open open the project, what happened? There was a new window. Okay, thank you, Joseph. And you notice something different about the window? Do you notice something different about the window? Anybody? Okay, but when you answer, class, I request you to please share your answer to everyone. Okay, we would like to share your experiences. So Patrice, could you kindly share your answer to everyone? Okay, thank you. So, okay, Patrice, class, my R Studio restarted after creating a new project. Okay, so what do you notice about the new R Studio when you created the project? You notice something different as compared to the one that you opened a while ago? Observe, class, your R Studio now. Okay, thank you, Russell. So Russell says that there is now a file on the lower right. There is now a file here. Take a look at this. What is this file? And this icon, class, isn't this the icon that I opened? Isn't this the R project that I opened a while ago? So that file now appears here in the Files panel. Okay, can you see this, class? Files panel, Files, Plots, and Packages panel. I now have this file, class. It's an R project file. You can see the file extension .rproj. Okay, so it's an R project file, and the size is 218 bytes. So it's just one, around 1/4 kilobyte, 218 bytes lang siya. Okay, let's see the other answer. Okay. Sabi pa dito, okay, the FINLYTS folder shows up in the file panel. Okay, Reggie, where FINLYTS folder, are you referring to this one? In the, okay, pareho din, in the file panel. Okay, correct, thank you. Actually, it's a file, no? Hindi naman siya folder, file siya mismo. Okay, let's see the others answer. My project name, okay. All right, Angelica, where can you see the project name?
Sa upper right po.
Okay, upper right, take a look at this, class, no? This is the project name, FINLYTS K33 T2 Term 2 AY 2324. That's the name of my R project. And you can also find it here, class, in the upper left. No? FINLYTS K33 T2 and then RStudio. Okay, in both the upper left and the upper right. In fact, if I click this, but we will have different answers, outputs, because I have already several projects in my computer. So it appears here. So all the projects that I opened are here. And you can, again, just like the one a while ago, you can create a project list here. Okay. And you have here project options. I can close any project here, etc. Okay, so Now that's one difference. All right. Now if I go to the folder, okay, a folder that I created a while ago, okay, the R project, it's in FINLYTS K33. There, you can see now that my R project is here. 1 kilobyte in particular, that's 282 bytes, less than 1 kilobyte. Okay, so I have created now my FINLYTS K33 project. So what we're going to do, class, is in this directory, in this folder, we're going to create subfolders of our lessons. Okay, so why don't we do this? What if we create new folder? Let's create now a folder on R intro to R and RStudio. Okay. If I do this, class, and let's create another folder, maybe new intro to time series analysis. There. What did I just do, class? Inside the folder where I saved my R project, I created these subfolders, okay, inside to my directory, which is the 0.9 DFM subject. Okay, and if I go back to my R, okay, what do you notice about my R? What do you notice, class? If you did that, class, what do you notice about your the R file, RStudio file that you just opened? Yes, correct. No, so you can see here how efficient or how effective, how organized your folders will be if you place it under the R project. It reflected there in the files uh, before years ago when I was careless with how I organize my files. Kung saan ko lang sinesave yung mga RMD files ko. My RMD files R scripts were just strewn all over. So I had difficulty looking for my R files. Okay, but since I learned how to navigate through and how to the uh, the the purpose of creating an R project, I have ever since used that. No? So mas madali, it's easier for me now to navigate through my R files, my R folders. Okay, all right. Okay, so when you, let's say when you're going to use whether it's an image file or a data file, make sure you put it in you save it in your particular in the project and in particular subfolder. Okay, so is this an R script or an RMD file? Is this an R markdown file or an R script? This one, class, this untitled one. Anyone? Okay. Thank you. It's an R script, no? And we know why. It has no YAML and there are no code chunks here. Okay, so you're correct. Thank you so much. It's an R script. If we open, let's open but let's save this first. Okay. So what we did last time, we learned that R script in R script we can let's just put some codes here. 3 to the 19. This can easily be computed, class. Okay. Log of 100. Okay, the answers will be placed not in the source window, but in the console. And if I'm going to write a text, for example, text, okay, okay, I won't use that kasi my graphic na ano eh. Let's see, Excel. Okay, walang function na Excel, no? So if I write a text that is not a function in R, enter ko, class, ano sabi natin? Okay, sandali ah. Bakit hindi siya nag-ano? Ayan, okay. Sorry. Control Enter class. If I try to run that code, Control Enter, kasi kanina in-enter ko lang, no? Control Enter means I want to run this code. Okay, let me go back to that, no? If I just press Enter, ano nangyari class pag in-enter nyo? Nung in-enter nyo class, nangyari enter, enter. What happened? Okay? Nag-new row lang siya dito, pero sa console, sa output, ano nangyari? Okay, let me redo that, no? Excel, and then enter. Nothing happened, no? Nothing happened in your console. Hindi siya na-reflect. Okay? Nothing happened, which means that it had no bearing on the console. However, if I want it to be reflected in the console itself, okay, then I will have to press Excel, Control Enter. And there you have error. Kasi hindi niya ma-recognize yung Excel. And we learned class that in order for that to be generated here, okay, to be recognized, Control Enter, dapat may hashtag yan. Okay, there. Nag-generate na ng panibagong R code dito, no? R line. No? Okay? Kasi linagyan natin ng comment, hashtag, and then kinontrol enter natin, ibig sabihin, re-recognize to ni R as a comment. Hindi niya rinan as a function. Okay, so again class, just quickly, just like what we did last time, plot, di ba? We use plot, pressure, or did we do this class? Sorry class, I failed to see kung ginawa natin to last time. Did we do this in our script? I think we did, right? Yes, okay, thank you, good. I just want to check. So plot pressure class, if we run this, we know that this will run in the plots window, but not in the source window. All right, thank you. Okay, and then if we want to save this, we can now save it, file, save as. Okay, let's save it class here in our intro to R and RStudio, which is inside the directory where our R project is, right? Okay, so if I save it here, okay, let me just trial 1. Okay, I'll just call it trial 1 from trial 1. Okay, save. All right, and then you notice that it's now named class. This file, this R script file, has a name, and the name is .r. Okay, so the file extension of an R script is .r. And if I go to Files window, class, what happens? What happened, class, in my Files window pane? Anyone? Any comment, class? What happened, class? We now have this .r. Okay. Okay, thank you. Gulo, kindly share your answer to everyone, please. Class, pag recitation tayo, pag mag-share kayo ng answer, please share it to everyone, okay? All right, when you select the folder, which folder, Gudo?
Sir, the intro to R and RStudio po.
Okay, thank you. So, under Files class, you have the two folders, diba? If we open this, if we click this, andun siya class, nasa trial.1r. Diba? Na-save siya dun. Okay? So, my question a while ago was, I made the default. Okay, let me close this now, class. I'll close this. Okay. And then if I open my, okay, wait, ano nangyari? Okay, so close na siya, no? Let me close this. Ito yung kaninang R project na, ito yung initial kanina. All right, so I now have closed my RStudio. If I open my RStudio, okay, once again, class, it opened to a new file. Okay, so let me close this. If you want to open the file you were working on, okay, syempre, class, you have to know where you saved it. So I can go here to intro. Okay. So let me first do this. Let's first do this, class. I hope you close your R. Okay. And then if you open this R project, what happens? If you open the R project file, class, okay, it will open the R project file. It will open the R project file, and under the files, okay, so if I click this one, I have the files window here with the intro to R and RStudio. And then if I click this intro to R and RStudio, if I click this, there, it opens the trial.1. Okay. There's this untitled one here because when you open your R project, it automatically opens a new R script here. But let me close this. So this now is, what is this? Where is this class? This trial.1. It's in our directory. It's inside our R project, inside that folder, intro to R and RStudio. Okay. Do you follow, class? Kindly please feedback if so far clear yung discussion natin. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. So let's now let's open an R script, R Markdown. R Markdown. Okay, there. I-untitled ko na muna. Tapos author, and then I said that there's an advantage in using this. Okay, HTML, then okay. All right, so we now have a new RMD file. Okay, so what's the difference between an R script? Quick review, class. Number one, you have the YAML here. Okay, this is your, as we said, YAML stands for yet another markup language. And this is very important because it sets the tone for the printing. Okay, you can edit this, you can include table of contents here, etc. You can define how your bibliography should appear. Okay, so this is very important because it's for the printing of your document. And then we have here our code chunk. Okay, code chunk. Now, let me go to the second code chunk and discuss this. So this is the second code chunk. And we learned last time that a code chunk in R begins with this 3 backticks. Okay, or is it forward? Yeah, I think it's forward and the back yata. Yeah, backticks, no? Okay. Then you have your brackets and then R and then cars. And then in fact, if we run this, we know that cars is a file that comes pre-packaged with R, and it has 2 variables in it. So if I run that, this one, you'll find here the summary statistics. Okay, speed and distance. You have your minimum, first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, maximum, and then your mean or your average. Okay. Now, what's the purpose of this class? This one, R and then cars. What's the purpose of this? Let's delete this class. Let's delete that and try to run your code chunk again. If I close this, will your code chunk run without that word? Kindly chat, please, if your code chunk will run without the word cars there. Okay, yes, thank you. Yes, it will run. Okay, regardless of whether the word cars was there or not, it didn't matter. But will it run without the letter R? Can you try that, class? Without the R, will it run? Okay, thank you. You're correct, class. No. So minimum requirement, you have to put the letter R there. Will this run, class, capital letter R? Another, let's see if that capital R will run. The answer is, sorry, Colin, did you answer no? With the capital R?
It run po for me, sir.
Nag-run. So regardless kung capital or ano? Okay, nag-run siya, no? Nag-run siya. So regardless of capital R. But there are rare instances, class, na mag-run yan, ha? Kasi, kunyari, let me change this, no? Ginawa ko tong, okay, kinapitalize ko yung C dito. Will this run? Summary, capital C, cars. Okay, error, no? Error. Hindi niya na-recognize yung cars na capital C because there's no such thing. Okay? For objects or files, very particular si R sa spelling. Okay? Kung capitalize o hindi. Okay, so hindi siya nag-run, no? So dapat small c siya. Oops. Yan. So this will run now. Okay. So back here, class, will this run? Will this run, class? Kung naglagay naman ako ng capital R and then cars. Will it run? Okay. No din. No, ito, class. Ito. Di ba nag-run siya, class? Ito. Capital cars. Oh, magra-run yan, class, no? Okay, so ano ba yung purpose nito? Itong R muna, so let me revert to the default, no, na small r. Anong purpose yan, class? Now, notice, class, when I delete the word cars, something happens. Tingnan nyo, class, sa ilalim, no? There's something that's happening in this area. And what's that? If I write cars, something happened, something changed. If I delete cars, something happened. What was happening, class? Okay. Thank you, Angelica. So sabi ni Angelica, para may name po yung code chunk. All right. Okay, that's the answer. Thank you. That's good, Angelica. No? Sabi ni Angelica, the name here, whatever you write here, acts as an index. No? Kunyari, di ba cars na nilagay ko dito? Notice, class, yung chunk number 2 dito, nalagyan ng pangalan na cars. Okay, I can change this, cars, change whatever name, class. So, notice yung class na nagbabago. yung name. So what's the purpose of that? This is used for indexing. Kasi if you have, let's say, 1,000 code chunks, diba, tapos hindi mo lalagyan ng index ng pangalan, okay, pwede bang, number yan, class? Number? Will this run? Okay. It doesn't matter, no? Alphanumeric yan. Kung 1 cars. Will this run? Okay. So walang restriction, class. Dun sa, except kung special character, will that run? Nag-run pa rin, no? Parang binago na lang yung syntax kasi dati hindi nagra-run yan. Ngayon nag-run na, no? Well, kasi may segregation naman dito, and then ito yung pangalan ng ng code chunk. Pero why make it so complex, no? And if you go here, if you click this, yun class yung mga pangalan, no? If I go to chunk 1 here, yan, set up, yun ang pangalan. And then here, if I go to pressure, it will navigate through to the specific code chunk. All right, so gamit nito, class, is for indexing. It's for identifying the name of the code chunk. You can just imagine, class, kung you have 1,000 code chunks, it will be very difficult to find kung saan yung it will be very difficult to find the location of a particular code chunk. All right. So another thing to consider, class, ito. Okay, here, include is equal to false. So meron tayo ditong yung R natin, okay, kailangan natin to. It's important to write R kasi pwede rin tayong gumawa ng code chunk sa sa Python, no? Using RStudio, using POSIT. So ito yung pangalan. And then what does this do, class? Include is equal to false. So ibig sabihin pwedeng include is equal to true. Okay? So pag sinabing include is equal to false, it means, okay, it will run. Ira-run niya tong code na to, pero when we print it, okay, show the code. No. Print the output. No. So this is for include is equal to. Sorry, I got disengaged. Nawawala, intermittent yung internet connection ko. Can you hear me, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry. Nawala ako, temporarily. Did I?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry, class, pag ganun, kindly wait na lang, kasi sometimes di-disrupt yung connection ko, eh. All right, so back to our discussion. Okay. So what does include is equal to false mean? If you write this, class, it means that it will still run this code. However, when you print the code, okay, when you print the code, as mamaya ipapakita ko yung knitting, no? When we print the code, this will not show. It will not show the code, and it will not show the output of the code. That's what we mean by include is equal to false. As against ito naman, class, echo is equal to false. So what's the meaning of echo is equal to false? Echo is equal to false means the code will not show, but the output will show. Okay? So include is equal to false, both the code and the output will not be printed. Echo is equal to false, only the code will not be printed, but the result of the code will be printed. Kasi may code dito, di ba? Plot pressure. So will this show? Will this print when we render the document? Yes, it will. Okay, yes, it will. Okay, sige. Tingnan natin, ha. So,
I'm sorry, sir. You're not sharing screen po.
oh, I'm sorry. Kasi pag nadi-disengage ako, class, nawawala na naman yung sharing screen. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Okay, so back to what I was discussing a while ago. Let me repeat that. The include is equal to false, class, means that when you print this has something to do with the printing of the document. When we print the document, which we're going to do in a while, okay, this code will not show. Okay, and the output of this code will also not show. Okay, maybe let's do this. Okay, let's put here. Okay, how do we class? How do we the way to write a code chunk is you have a backticks and then R. Okay, let me just use the standard and then okay. So I'm generating a new code chunk. Now, of course, if you're creating so many code chunks, hindi maganda to, no? Kasi that will take a lot of time. So there's a shortcut for this, and the shortcut is I'll just write for Windows users. It's Control plus Alt plus I. For Mac users, it's Command plus Option plus I. Okay. So can you confirm, class? Can you confirm if you use this keyboard shortcut, will it generate a new code chunk? Kindly please yes, chat yes or no. All right, good. Okay, good. So please remember that, class, no? Yung shortcut natin, so that you don't have to manually create a code chunk. All right. So in my case, I'll show this. Control Alt I. There you go. All right. And so let's write this R. Let's put it here. Plus 0. Okay. And then include is equal to, you can either type F or false. Okay, include is equal to false. And then let's maybe, okay, if we plot data, cars, no, those are models. Okay, if I put here plot pressure, okay, we have two instances of this one, class. The first one is include is equal to false, which means that it will run this, but it will not show the code chunk, and it will not show the result. On the other hand, this one, echo is equal to false, means it will not show this, it will not show the code, but it will, okay, another one, Control Alt I, and let's R, let's put here plots 1, okay, any name, and then let's try echo is equal to true. So what does echo is equal to true mean? Echo is equal to true, class, means that echo is equal to true means that it will print the code and of course print the output. Okay, for this one, it will print the output but not the code. For this one, it will not print the code, it will not print the output. Okay, so there you have three instances. Okay, all right, before we render this, class, before we print this, so let's quickly recall what this means. So you can use, in R Markdown, it's very easy to come up with outlining of your paper, for example. I think I showed you last time that if I'm going to use the first hashtag, then it means that this will be just like the main heading of your paper, and under that is R Markdown here. Okay, if I put another one, 3, then text 3. Okay, you can see that text 3 is under our markdown. Okay, can you put another one hashtag? Yes, class. So let's say that Roman numeral number 2 is plots figures, okay, whatever. Okay, take note. Figures, and under that, which is 2, you have your including plots. Okay, so which tells us that you have to use your hashtag judiciously or carefully in our markdown. Okay. Any questions so far, class? Am I going too fast? Or kasi I know review na lang yun, ano? Ang in-include lang natin dito yung discussion ng include is equal to false, echo is equal to true, echo is equal to false. Of course, class, if you write include is equal to true, it's just the same as echo is equal to true. So pareho lang siya kasi include is equal to true means you're going to show the code, you're going to show the output. So echo is equal to true, show both the code and the output. All right. So any questions so far, class? Clear ba tayo? Even the outline here. Clear so far, class? Any questions? Okay, thank you, Colleen. About the others, class? Echo and okay, so my question dito, no? Let's answer this question. Question ni Joseph, what's the difference between echo and the other one po? Okay, ulitin natin, class, no? So you have here include is equal to false. Okay? Ang include naman, class, ibig sabihin yan, okay, it refers to both the code and the output. Okay? Both the code and the output. So pag include is equal to false, class, ang ibig sabihin yan, it means, class, that ibig sabihin yan, I will not discuss this yet, no? Kasi this is a function that will require more discussion from us. Ito lang muna, class, yung include is equal to false. Include is equal to false answers the question, will it print the code and the output of the code? Kasi yung code, di ba, class, may output yan eh. Kunyari, code, summary cars, may output yun. Yung summary statistics ng cars. So include is equal to false, class, answers the question, will it print the code and the output? Pag sinabi natin include is equal to false, it will not print the code and the output. So together na yon, class. Together. If we type include is equal to true, then it will print both the code and the output. So pag ginamit natin yung include, class, it includes both the code and the output. Parehong ano, kasama dun sa pag-include or not include. On the other hand, class, iba yung echo is equal to true and echo is equal to false. Kasi pag sinabing echo is equal to true, sa echo, class, ang tinitingnan lang natin dun yung code chunk. Pag sinabi nating echo is equal to true, you print the code chunk. The output will still be printed. Walang kinalaman, class, yung output sa echo function. Ulitin ko. Echo is equal to true means i-print mo yung code chunk. Okay? Echo is equal to false, don't print the code chunk. What about the output of the code chunk? Regardless, printed talaga yun. Okay? So si echo is equal to, class, wala siyang kinalaman dun sa output. Kasi whether you use echo is equal to true or echo is equal to false, laging printed yung output. Si include naman, class, ang concerned doon, both the code chunk, both the code and the output. Okay? So clear yun, class? We'll print it para makita natin, no? Okay, sige. Thank you. Thank you, Joseph, for the question. All right, sige. How do you print this class? Dito na class yung gagamitin nyo to, gagamitin nyo to class sa ano sa when you submit your outputs, no? All right. In order to print this class, tingnan nyo, di ba? Nung nag-open tayo dito ng R Markdown, di ba? Ang default natin yung which is the default HTML. You could have otherwise used PDF, no? Kaso kailangan nyo i-install yung tech na package, no? Okay, kaya hindi pa natin magagamit ito ngayon kasi you will have to install yung tech na package. Mic Tech either on Mac OS, no, or Windows. So yung sa ano naman sa Word okay lang. Pero mag-HTML na tayo. Okay? So ito yung ano natin, yung RMD, no? All right. So how do we print this? Ito yung neat class. So what happens here is that from RMD, ninit yan using a software called Pandoc. No? Hindi na pinapakita yon. Mamaya makikita natin yon. It's being processed by Pandoc, Pandoc, and then it will generate now the HTML file. Okay, so that's the behind the scenes, no? Kung ano nangyayari dun sa pag-knit. So if I click this, so di ba? Knit to HTML. So let's knit to HTML. Tapos tatanungin tayo. Saan natin isi-save muna yung file? Okay? Automatically class, ando dun tayo sa our project, di ba? Sa project natin, FINLYTS K33. But I don't want to save the output there. I'm going to save the file, the RMD file, and the output, HTML output here, intro to R and RStudio. So, lagay ko na lang dito na, let's say, okay, intro to R na lang. Okay, intro to R, okay, save ko siya. Okay, what happens? Tingnan nyo class yung console. Ayan, magpo-process yung console class. Pinaprocess yan sa Pandoc, no? Sa Pandoc. Okay, and then this is what happens. Okay, tingnan nyo to class. Sa viewer natin. You see? Untitled kasi hindi naman ako nagbigay ng title, no? If I had given a title here, dapat may title dito. And then Bobby Bailon, and then 2024-01-16. Kasi yun ang system date. If I knit this tomorrow class, magiging 2024-01-17 yan. Automatically mag-update. So that's the advantage class, no? Unlike kung naglagay lang ako ng date dito, when I print this next week, yung date pa rin dito nalinagay na hinard code ko. Okay, so ito yung laman class, no? Alright. Tingnan nyo class yung unang-una. Diba? Dito. Here. Ayun o, R setup include is equal to false. Print ba siya? Wala. So this code did not appear and the output did not appear. Okay, kasi include is equal to false. Diba? So ibig sabihin, no code, okay, no output. Pero rinaran yan, no? It doesn't mean na hindi iraran ni R yan. Iraran yan, okay, pero hindi niya isasama yung code, hindi niya isasama yung output. Okay. Now, take a look at this. Susunod natin. Code chunk 2 natin is, yan, no, class. R cars. Notice wala tayong linagay dito na include is equal to true or echo, no? Nag-default siya. Nag-default siya ng include is equal to true or echo is equal to true. So, ano nangyari? Print niya yung code chunk. Ayan, no? Summary cars. Print din niya yung output. Yan. Kasi there was no instruction kung include or echo. Nag-default siya na ito true yan. So both the code chunk and the output was printed. Kahit na hindi natin print dito, di ba? Automatically print yan. Tapos, below class. Alright, tingnan nyo. Anong difference nito? Yung una dito class, tingnan natin ha. the first one here, ang tingnan nyo, include is equal to false. Alright, kasi tatlo yan, tatlong plot pressure yan, class. No? Now, you notice, class, na dalawang plot pressure line lumalabas. Okay, after this, yung command option I, may code chunk tayo dito. Now, include is equal to false. So, hindi niya print yung code, hindi rin niya print yung output. Diba? Then, I'll go here next. Yan. Echo is equal to false. Anong ibig sabihin ng echo is equal to false? Do not print the code chunk, but print the output. Ito, class, no? So, if you're working with the RMD and you just want to show the plot or the image, okay, and you don't want to show the code, mag-echo is equal to false ka. Kasi echo is equal to false means do not print the code. But here, class, tingnan nyo. Ito. Look. Echo is equal to true. Yan. Ibig sabihin, print the code chunk. Ayan. Plot pressure, print niya. No? There you go. Okay? Yan, class. No? All right. So, tapos, class, if you take a look at our files, notice, sa files natin, class, dito sa intro to R, andito, class, yung HTML file. So, you can open this, no? HTML file. Andito na rin yung intro to R natin. Okay? Tapos nag-automatically create siya ng folder. Ano laman ito? Sorry. Dali. Okay. Wait lang, ha. But automatically siya. Wait lang, class. Let me check. Okay. I think may na-open ako na folder na hindi naman talaga part nun. Ano? So, sorry about that. So, ito, class. Ito na yung files na laman ng intro to R natin. So, andito yung intro to R. Okay. What will happen if I open this? If I open this, class, okay, bumalik tayo dun sa ano, no? Sa inopen ko. Pero what happened to may na-open ako kanina na, okay. May na-open ako na folder na hindi dapat kong inopen. Okay, anyway, class. Anyway, I'll try to decipher what happened here. Okay, so, okay, let me close this. Okay, don't close your file. Okay, so, na-save ko na naman siya. Hindi ko pa na-save, FINLYTS. Okay, isa-save ko. And then let me open here. Let me open this one again. Okay. All right. So back to the real one, no? Ito. Andito pa rin yung FINLYTS, andyan pa rin yung intro to R, andyan pa rin yung intro to time series natin, andyan pa rin yung R project natin. Okay? And then you notice here, may history na at saka may R data. So medyo explore nyo to kung anong laman nito, ha. All right. So quickly now, class, let's open a QMD. I have around 20 minutes lang, ano? Our QMD here. I don't think we opened this one last time. Okay, create. Okay, you can now see, class, the difference between the interface of a Quarto document and an RMD document. In terms of interface, class, mas maganda talaga si Quarto. Mas maganda yung pag-layout, no? And what do you notice about the difference, class, between a QMD document? Okay, so quickly i-save muna natin to yung kwarto na inopen natin. So file, save as, dun ulit natin i-save dun sa intro natin. Okay, yun. So automatically, since nandun tayo sa loob ng file na yun, intro to R and RStudio, dun siya automatically mag-save. So QMD and then kwarto doc1 na lang. Kwarto doc1, let me save it as such. Save. Then automatically, class, makikita nyo, no? Ito yung pangalan ng file, kwarto doc1. Okay? And if I go here, intro to R and RStudio, andito siya, no? Kwarto doc1. All right? Now, what's the difference between an RMD file and a kwarto doc and a QMD file? Number one, class, tingnan nyo itong ano, yung interface, of course, no? Tapos pangalawa, the code chunk. Iba yung code chunk, di ba? Wala nang backticks to, which makes it more convenient. And also, okay, mag-space lang ako the keyboard shortcut still works. The code chunk shortcut. Control Alt I in my case. Okay, sa Mac users, you know the keyboard shortcut. Yan, no? You can see that, no? It still works. Yung code chunk na shortcut. All right. Then also, class, what's good is that may isi-share lang ako sa inyong file, class, in the interest of time. Okay, so you can just in the other class we just downloaded this. Okay. Wait lang. Asan yung chat? Okay, sa chat. Okay. Share ko na lang tong ano no, tong dito. Okay, please download the this image, yung RStudio image, tapos i-save nyo sa ano, i-save nyo dun sa intro to R and RStudio. Okay, have you done that? If you have done that, class, kindly chat. Dun nyo i-save sa R and RStudio folder natin. Okay, paki-chat, class, kung na-save nyo na doon. Okay, thank you. All right. Now, subukan nyo, class, i-copy paste nyo dito sa ano, sa kwarto, sa QMD. And tell me what happened. Were you able to, before that, sorry, dito muna, class, sorry, dito muna. Dito muna to sa RMD, no? Tell me if you can, anywhere here, kahit sa dulo na lang, class. Go here. Control-C, Control-D mo. I-copy nyo yung image, and then i-paste nyo sa RMD file. Okay, it doesn't work, no? Thank you, Colleen. How about the others? Nag-work ba sa inyo na kinopy-paste nyo dito sa RMD file? Yung image na yun? Okay, thank you. It does not, class, no? RMD does not allow that. How about sa kwarto, class? Try nyo nga. And comment, please. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it works, class. So this makes your QMD file, okay, itong QMD file na to, no? Well, in the sense of editing, in the sense of copy-pasting images, kasi di ba sa mga, kunyari, sa project nyo later on, you will have to post images. Okay? This is a lot better as compared to your RMD file. Kasi sa RMD, hindi ka basta-basta makakapag-copy. You can, class, you can, but it will have to take the form of a code. Iko-code mo siya, no? Merong syntax na ginagamit para ma-paste mo yung image dun sa RMD. So medyo medyo pahirapan pa, unlike a QMD file na diretso yung pag-paste ng image. And another difference, class, is that take a look at this, di ba? Di ba meron tayong ito, no? May format. Wala nito sa class. Wala nito sa RMD. May insert. Okay, this really makes it powerful. Insert a YAML block, executable cell, tables, figures, link. Okay, merong code block. Explore nyo lang kung anong ibig sabihin nito, no? Citation. Kunyari, meron kayong part sa text nyo. Tapos you want to cite where that came from. Ito yun. Citation. Okay, and andito pa, class, no? Andito pa. Ang dami pang iba dito. And also, if I go here, for example, kwarto. Ayan, Okay. You know that this class is header 2. Sa R Markdown, hindi mo malalaman unless may hashtag. Ito wala ng hashtag, di ba? Pero makikita mo siya dito, header 2 to. I can change this into a header 1. Header 1 yan, no? Di ba? So automatically, makikita nyo dito, nag-adjust, no? Or if I make it normal lang siya. If I make it header 3, it becomes header 3. All right, so the interface in QMD is a lot better. It's more convenient. It's easier to navigate through a QMD interface. So dito sinabi ko nga yung insert, no? Yan. Marami dito, class. May tab set pa. Okay. May call out pa, class, no? Call out. So I would like you to may comment pa, class. Okay, call out. I'd like you to explore what a call out does, no? But these are powerful add-ins to working on your document. Ito, may table. You can insert a table. Insert table, align column, etc. Okay? So QMD is more powerful. Then go back to RMD, class. But actually, class, everything that we did in QMD, you can also do in RMD. Kasi, tingnan nyo, class, no? Now, where am I working, class? Anong file to? Is this the QMD file or the RMD file? It's the, makikita nyo naman kung saan ako, di ba? Ito naka-highlight, no? RMD, correct. So, pwede ko rin palang i-edit yung RMD file ko, just like using a QMD. Am I right, class? Yes or no? Am I right? Yes or yes, class? Hello, am I right? Yes or yes? Of course, yes, di ba? So kasi dun sa earlier versions ng RStudio, no, wala itong tab na to. So, wala yung source na yan. Ganyan lang talaga, no? Now in the later versions ng RStudio, linagay nila to, visual. Okay, so pwede na, class. You can now, if you try copy pasting the image, magpe-paste yan kasi parang QMD na yan eh. All right? So that means that you can even without using QMD, pwede ka na sa sa RMD. Okay, you can go between the source and the visual. Okay, subukan natin, class. I-paste natin yung image dito. I-paste natin yung image. So I go to my image here. Asan na yung image ko? Ito. Wait. FINLYTS, ando doon pala sa ano. Sa K32, sorry. Okay. Here. Open ko. All right. Copy. And then here, Control V. Ayan, andito na image ko, no? I'm in my RMD file, Yan. And then if I go to my source window class, okay, ano nangyari sa image? All right. Hindi siya nag-appear dito class, no? Hindi siya nag-appear. Pero ito yung code class. Okay? Pag print natin to, lalabas yung RStudio na yan. But not in my R markdown. Pero ito yung sinasabi kong you can insert an image. It will not appear in your RMD sa source, no? Pero class, pag render natin yan, mag-a-appear yan. Okay, so let's render this now. Sandali, let me just put kailangan Control C, kailangan mapasok ko to dun sa K33. Kasi baka magka-problema. Kasi I am in yan. Alright, so ulitin ko, no? Okay. Copy ko siya. Ay, sorry. Dito pala sa ano. Ay, sorry. Ito sa visual dapat. Alright? So, pwede rin actually ito class, no? Insert. Yan. Image. So, browse saan class? In my, sa ano ko, sa project ko, FINLYTS K33, ito. There. Open. So, pwede kong lagyan ng caption, okay? Or link to. Okay. Image of our class. It's almost time. I have an extension of just 3 or so minutes. But if you need to leave, you may do so. Anuhin ko lang to para sa naka-record siya. Okay? Alright, so andyan siya, di ba? Asan yung caption class? Ayan, no? Andyan yung caption. There. Image of RStudio. Of course, you can change the caption. Alright, so balik na ako dito sa source. Now, I will render this now. Okay, did I render already, class? Sorry, I got confused with the other section. Did we render already? Did I knit already, class? Yes or no? No, not yet. Sige, so na lang, class. How do I knit this? In other words, knitting means to print your document. Okay, so you go here, knit. All right, the default is HTML, so let's just use HTML. I'll knit to HTML. First, it will ask me to the name. Oops. Nag-automatic knit na siya sa akin. No? In your case, tatanungin muna kayo kung ano yung name ng document. So, lagyan niyo muna ng name, no? Yung ano yung sorry. Kasi may name na yung document ko no? May name na yung document ko. So when in your case also, di ba? So when we knit this, automatically na siya. Ito na class yung knit natin. Okay, di ba ninit na natin kanina? Di ba? Yan class, di ba? Di ba? Di ba inano natin yung plots, di ba? Yung dalawa. Tapos ito yung image class. Okay? So you can see how powerful class yung RMD as far as report generation, yung ganyan, madali siya class, no? Madali. So I have students who use RMD for their thesis. Ibig sabihin class yung buong thesis, hindi sila nag-Google Docs, hindi sila nag-Google Drive. Nag-RMD sila. Tapos ginamit nilang GitHub, kasi yung GitHub class, equivalent yan ng Google Drive, but for coding, no? So doon nilalagay yung RMD files sila, which anybody can access. So anybody can also change coding done. Just like Google Docs class. But you cannot choose R sa Google Docs or sa Google Drive kasi hindi mag-work yung R doon. That's why we have to have another platform, and that's GitHub. So I'd like to encourage you to learn how to freeware din naman yun yung GitHub, tapos ando din yung mga R files nyo. Okay? All right. So yan class, no? Intro to RMD. Okay? So na-neat na natin siya. Tapos nasa file natin yon. Ito. Yan ang makikita nyo, di ba? HTML yan. If I open this, sa web na yan, no? So you can share this one. So dapat mag-open siya sa yan, open siya sa Google, no? Sa sa computer ko, yan. That one class. Diba? So tell me if this is if it's easier to work in an R Markdown file. Andun na yung code, andyan na yung diba, all in one na yan. Imagine doing this in in Word. Ita-transfer nyo pa yung yung code sa Word. Static naman yun di ba? Hindi magra-run yung code na yun. Dito magra-run na siya mismo. Tapos you can generate either an HTML file, a PDF file, or a Word file. Okay? So any questions, class? Thank you so much for your patience, for staying up to this point. Stop recording ko na.